Hello, van life friends, box truck friends. It is Nomad Brad coming to you from my box truck. Yes, that is me living in my box truck out here in San Diego, California. Let me silence my notifications so I do not get bombarded with messages, because right now, you guys are the most important thing on my schedule. So we're gonna silence everything else and just focus on the YouTube Live. How's everybody doing? Tell me if you can hear me. Let me know how the audio is. I will try to keep an eye on the chat. We're doing, so I have a lot to talk about today. It's gonna be a good live stream. There's so much that has happened just in a week. Just since last week. Hey, what's going on, John C? Good to see ya. He says audio is good. Josh LLC also coming through with the info. Josh LLC said audio is good. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me this evening. It is a cool, crisp evening here in San Diego. The weather has been very hit and miss. Never bad weather, but sometimes overcast. So today it was pretty overcast all day. But yesterday was very sunny, very bright, and a very lovely day. So you never know what you're gonna get. Super Dave says hello from Brunswick, Georgia. Hello, Super Dave. Happy to see you, my friend. Happy to have you in the chat. I'm always happy to see the regulars. Excuse me. Nomad Brad just had a banana. Had a banana burp. King Gamer, hello. Hello, King Gamer. I've been hanging out with him this week. Joseph, Shoplifters of the World Unite. Diana hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Diana. Thank you very much. Truth of God, hello all. Hope everyone is well. Hello, Sebastian Brown. Hello. Thank you for joining the live chat. My friends, there is so much going on. I'm just going to get into it. It's been a very busy week. The Nomad Brad world has grown quite a bit. My last few YouTube videos have done very well. And so we have a lot more opportunities now, which is very exciting. It's exciting for me, but it's also exciting for you guys. You guys should also be very excited because Nomad Brad is not a selfish man. Nomad Brad is looking to share the wealth and bring everyone he can along to find success living in vehicles. Hey, Robert, what's going on? Love and light from Michigan. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. I will take all the love and light I can get. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Okay, so here's a couple things that's going on. First of all, I want to let you guys know, anybody who is in the San Diego area or wants to be in the San Diego this weekend, we have San Diego Camper Van Club is having a meetup. So Saturday and Sunday, it's a 2-day event. We're camping out in the beach parking lot, and there's going to be rig tours and people hanging out, playing games. We're doing a barbecue. They're planning to have like 3 different grills going. There's going to be all kinds of snacks and meat being grilled and chips and salsa and salads and things. So if you guys are in the area, you should definitely swing by. It's going to be fun, and we're going to have a bonfire in the evening. So there'll be some good Nomad company around the bonfire, and I think they're doing actually some Texas Hold'em as well throughout the day. So if you're a poker player, you can come play poker. That's all going on this weekend. Let me look at the notes here in San Diego at the De Anza Cove Park. So if you are in San Diego, De Anza Cove Park, and you can find out more info if you go to the Facebook group. So go to Facebook and just search for San Diego Camper Van Club, and they have a Facebook page. They post all their events there. I'm going to be hanging out here all summer. There's going to be a lot more fun stuff coming your way. I know this because I'm making some of it happen. So come down and see us this weekend. Additionally, I wanted to let you guys know I just found a new mail service. I'm very excited about it. A lot of you folks have been asking how I get mail on the road. Previously, I only got mail by either ordering things from Amazon to Amazon lockers, or I would get mail by having things sent general delivery, and then you can pick it up at a post office. But there is a new way, my friends. I found this website while browsing the other day. It is called ipostal1.com. The letter I, mypostal, the number one.com. This is how it works. They have mailboxes, mailbox spaces all over the country, and you can have your mail sent to the box. You can have packages and regular, like, letter mail sent to them, and they take a picture of it and post it on your account online. So you can log in online, you can look at exactly what packages you received or what mail you received. If it's junk mail, you can click delete and they will physically throw away the junk mail for you, which is awesome. And they'll receive big packages. I have a couple big lithium batteries that got delivered, so they'll take big packages, and it's only $10 a month. $10 a month. It's amazing. I had no idea. So they're all over the place, and the cool thing is they just contract with other local businesses. So for example, I chose to have my mail sent to the Staples here in San Diego. So it's like a legitimate store. You can walk into Staples, you pick up your packages. Super easy, super simple process. $10 a month. ipostal1.com if you guys want to get mail on the road. They don't sponsor me. I pay them. They do not pay me. But I thought it was such a good deal, I wanted to share it with you guys. Super fun. Additionally, I wanted to say that I met up with a couple subscribers this week. I met with Curtis. He's staying up a little bit north of me. And then additionally, I met up with Dave Suron, who also built out a box truck. He started building one out a few months ago. And he started building one a few months ago, and so I was kind of helping him back and forth a little bit. He's got a lot of skills, but I helped him a little bit with his electrical. He did the same all-in-one unit as me, that SunGold Power inverter charger. Anyway, got to hang out with him the other day. Super cool guy, really nice dude, and he's running his own online business to fund his traveling. So he sells different parts through his website. He has some suppliers and stuff, and so it was pretty cool to see. What this guy's got going on and how he's able to travel, and keep it rolling on the road. So one thing I really appreciate about the community is everyone I've run into so far is just super cool, super genuine, and nice people, No negativity, nobody, being mean or anything. So it's just so far, all my subscribers, I appreciate you guys. You've been a super solid group of individuals. And so for that reason, I keep the invitation open. If anybody else wants to meet up, then I would be happy to meet up with you. And I think we'll keep the ball rolling and have a good time. And then additionally, what I wanted to talk about is business has been picking up a lot. So I've had a lot of brands reach out to me and want to offer me different products to review and make videos on. And so I want to go ahead and spread the wealth and help you guys out too. So I have some things I'm going to be giving away. I have a power station that I'm being sent to review, and I will be giving that away to somebody here. And then additionally, I have a really cool deal. So one of the guys head up at Epic Batteries actually reached out to me and wanted to do a collaboration. But I told him I don't have any need for more batteries. I'm maxed out on lithium. But I came up with an idea. I said, hey man, if you send me a free battery, like a nice battery, I will donate my labor and we'll install it for somebody, which I thought was pretty cool. And they agreed. So they're gonna send me a 12.8 volt, 300 amp hour battery. It's a pretty badass battery. And these guys are a pretty high-end company. Like, I think the retail on this battery is like $1,500. So it ain't a cheap battery. Anyway, so I'm gonna give it away. Now the only catch on this item on the battery is you have to be located near me so I can deliver the battery and install it for you. So you have to be in the Southern California area, but if that's you, then you would definitely be eligible. And so I'll just collect everybody's names who is interested, wants to have a 12 volt, 300 amp hour battery installed in their vehicle for free of charge. And we'll do a drawing and pick one person, and that person will be the lucky winner. So super excited to be able to offer that to you guys. And all the giveaways I'm doing, you guys can enter by deposit or by signing up on my website with your email. So Mike Jones is out. Mike Jones can't win anything because Mike Jones doesn't want to give me his email. So that's what you got to do. You got to put in your email, and that's how I'll contact you and do the drawing. So I wanted to let you guys know about that. We're doing the drawing, and there's a couple more things coming that I will hopefully be able to actually ship out. So a couple power stations, maybe like a refrigerator that I could ship out. So there's going to be some other stuff that anybody could be eligible to win for. So I think it's exciting. I'd like to be able to get you guys some free gear. And then additionally, what else do we got? I got a couple installs going on. I'm doing some electrical for an RV here in San Diego. And then I met a guy emailed me and said he just lost the rent on his apartment. And so he's living in his Honda Element and he needs to run a refrigerator. So he asked if I would help him install like a little basic solar system, a solar panel and stuff to charge his refrigerator. So we're gonna do that. And I'm gonna be incorporating all this into my regular vlog videos as well. I know my videos as of recently have not been, I mean, I've had some good videos, I think, but I haven't been doing a lot of like vlog, day in the life type stuff, and I haven't been doing a lot of installation content just because I haven't honestly had a lot of installs this last month. So it's been kind of slow on the install side, but it's picking back up. So I will be sharing all that with you guys. Keep the content coming. And so that's kind of it for housekeeping. I just wanted to share that with you guys and let you know good things are coming. And so if you guys are interested, sign up and I'll try to give you guys some free stuff. And I'll mention all this again as the official details roll out if you guys want to enter to win those items. So I want to know if you guys have any specific questions. I had a couple things come through on the email that I wanted to answer. Hey, what's up, Dreadhead? Happy to see you, man. Happy you're able to make it into the live. I'm going to actually take this microphone off because it's falling all over the place. Okay, we'll try that out. Okay. I wanted to answer a couple questions that just came through the email. Charlie Pepin, who is a really nice supporter. He's a channel member and he's a super cool guy building out a rig. And he asked me if I have any build plans for my electrical system. And, okay, awesome. I see a question from John C. I'm going to write these down so that I don't forget them. Give me a second. Okay, Charlie Pepin asked if I have installation plans for my electrical. I do not have plans. The reason why is that this entire van, I just built it out of my head. I didn't really pre-plan anything other than a few sketches on a notepad. So there's no official plans for anything in this van. However, if you guys want help trying to figure stuff out, like especially electrical, I'll help you guys. And the plans aren't super accurate anyway because it really is going to vary by vehicle. So it comes down to things as simple as how far are the batteries from your inverter. The size of wire and the length of your wire gauge is going to change just based on something that simple. So there's really not a good way to do like a universal plan. I know Explorist.life has some universal plans, but most of those plans are vehicle specific, right? Like it's a lot of Sprinters and Transits. And so if you have like a vehicle like that and you know, okay, the vehicle is this big and the electrical is going here, you can do some just kind of prefab plans. But for most of us, we all have different vehicles and one size fits all plans do not work. So if you want help, send me an email and I will help you. Additionally, I had a question come in from Diana. Diana, I know you're there. I think I saw Diana come in. Let's see. Carl has a question. I'm going to write that down. So Diana asked about solar panels last week. After our live chat, she like messaged me and was asking about solar panels. And so that's a perfect question to answer here in the live so that everybody can see what my thoughts are. And so let's see what she says. I have until the beginning of September to finish my schoolie for the insurance company to keep it going. All right, Diana's got a limit. Diana, tell me again, remind me what your question was about solar panels. I think you were asking about flexible versus rigid panels, but I don't remember 100%. Let me know what your question was. Okay, one question that came in from the chat. Do you use mini split for heat? instead of the diesel heater? Do you use both? Diana says yes, that was her question. Okay, Diana, I will answer you. Okay, so do I use a mini split for heat? So here's the answer. I tried the mini split for heating. I do not like the mini split for a heat source. I don't like it. Here's why. My mini split, excuse me, in order to provide good air conditioning, which for me, with the mini split, my priority was cooling. That was the main reason I did it. So in order to cool the vehicle properly, the indoor unit has to be up high in the ceiling, because up high, hot air rises. So all the heat inside your vehicle, it rises to the top of the vehicle. And so the way the mini split indoor unit works, it pulls in heat from the top of the unit, cools it down, and then it spits out the cold air from the bottom. So you have to locate the mini split at the top to suck in the hot air and cool it properly. So that's the way it works the best. Now here's the challenge. When you're trying to heat with the same unit, on a cold day, all the hot air still rises. So now you have all your heat up at the ceiling of the vehicle, just naturally, whatever heat is in the vehicle is sitting on the top of the ceiling. And then the mini split is up at the top of the ceiling. So it heats basically just the top half of the van. And in my box truck, hold on, one more question, I'm writing it down. And in my box truck, since I have a 7-foot ceiling, the heat basically hangs out in the upper foot. So when you walk around, it's hot. Like from my forehead up, it's pretty hot. But moving on down, it gets pretty cool and the floor is absolutely ice cold. Versus with my diesel heater, I have it sitting on the ground, on the floor of my box truck, and the hose is basically sitting on the ground. So when that heat comes out, it blows across the floor and it heats everything on the ground as that hot air rises. So for that reason, I do not like the mini split for heating. I prefer the diesel heater. Also, the output temperature of the diesel heater is very hot. The output temperature is probably 120 degrees. If you put your hand right up to it, it'll burn you. It might be even hotter. It might be 130. The temperature output on the mini split for heating is only about, maybe 100 degrees, maybe less. So even though it's warmer than the air temperature in your rig, it doesn't feel hot. I like the hot heat of the diesel heater. So that's my thoughts. I don't stay in cold climates that much, so I don't mind running the diesel heater. Like for example, last winter when I was in Arizona doing Schoolie-Palooza and all that kind of stuff, I would basically run the heater in the morning for an hour or two. I wasn't waking up early. I would get up at like 8, run the heater for about an hour, and then kind of turn it off, get up, put on some sweats and just go about my day, and then you're fine. So that was kind of the routine, and it worked great. I would use it an hour, maybe 2 hours a day. I didn't use it at night. The vehicle holds its heat pretty well, so I didn't use it at night. So going like that an hour, 2 hours a day, it would last me, a week on a tank of fuel. So I thought it was pretty reasonable. Okay, moving on to the next question. Because my van is over 10,000 pounds, do I have to stop at weigh stations? No, I do not have to stop at weigh stations because I am not a commercial for hire vehicle. You can, forehead up, baby. You can put a sign on your rig that says not for hire. And I actually did get pulled over one time in my last box truck over in, where was I? I think I was in Nevada. It was a state trooper that pulled me over, and they were doing random commercial cargo inspections. And he thought I was a commercial vehicle. And so he pulled me over and was like, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what's up, dude? And he's like, oh, we're just doing inspections. And I was like, well, that's weird. I've never been inspected before. And he's like, what are you hauling? And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, what are you carrying in the back? And then I figured out, oh, yeah, and I was like, nothing, dude, this is my house. And he had no idea. Like, he did not understand this was a conversion. So I took it around back and showed him inside. And his mind was blown. He said that was the first one he had seen that looked like a box truck, but had a home inside. So I've never had a problem besides that. CMH Bullet, I think it's just you. I think the video is good. So yeah, that's the only time I've ever had that issue. But if you want to avoid that, you can put a sticker on that says not for hire. Moving on down the questions. Yeah, so Diana wanted to know about flexible versus rigid panels. I think rigid panels are better. Um, I think they're better long term. I think they will last longer. The main enemy of enemy of solar power is heat. So the thin solar panels do not do as good of a job at dissipating heat, and so they are not as efficient as outdoor temperatures increase. And additionally, their lifespan will not be as long because those cells are heating and cooling rapidly. So I think that's why on most flexible panels, hey, what's up, Island Guy? Happy to see you here, brother. Thanks for dropping by. I think that's why on most flexible panels, you only see a warranty of like a year or 2 years, versus a lot of the rigid panels, you'll get 10 years plus out of them. Also, when you mount a rigid panel, you put them up on the brackets so you get a couple inches of space between the roof and the panel, so you can get airflow that blows under the panels and also over the top of it. So overall, I think the rigid panels are a better design long term. I would recommend rigid, and they should be cheaper. It should be cheaper to buy rigid panels versus flexible panels. Now that being said, um, yeah, plus, you know, the rigid panels, they're going to provide shade for your vehicle. So I noticed in my vehicle, having a roof full of solar panels, it stops the heat from actually beating down on the ceiling. So when I put my hand up on the roof, when I was in Texas last summer and it was 105 with, you know, 50% humidity, the roof was still relatively cool. The roof was actually cooler than the walls of my box truck. So the solar panels, rigid panels also provide some shading as well. I'll show you guys something interesting though. I actually have a solar panel that I'm reviewing for All Powers. And so they sent me this flexible solar panel. This guy right here. Even though Nomad Brad happens to live in a van, apparently I also am a solar shop on wheels. Look how big this is. This thing is huge. It's gotta be, let's see. I'm 5'10", so how big is this? This is like almost 5 feet. Almost 5 feet tall. This is a 200-watt flexible panel. And this is from All Powers. And I gotta say, as far as size-wise goes, if this was a rigid panel, it would be quite a bit smaller than this. But this is one of the better quality flexible panels I've seen. It is super bendy, so that's kind of nice. But what I like about it is the style of panel that it actually is. It has like this really hard coating over the front. So if you notice, a lot of the flexible panels, they're all white, and they have a clear, like a gel coat over the top of them, and it's pretty soft. And so you can actually scratch it, and it can take some damage. But this thing is a really heavy texture on the face. So I think this would actually be probably a pretty heavier duty panel. However, you're still going to run into issues with it just getting hot and not dissipating heat that well. Josh LLC, have you done something on a car? Not yet. I have not done a solar panel on a car yet, although I will be. We're trying to get Nomad King Gamer into a solar system setup. We're going to try to get him into a power station and a suitcase solar. So we're going to figure out a temporary setup for his roof. I think we're going to do like some magnets, because he's not running a lot of appliances. He's only going to need to charge his power station, you know, maybe once every couple days. And so he'll be able to just use some magnets, clip his flexible panel on the roof. But I would be interested in doing a permanent mount on the roof for like a car or something. And I think this style panel would be good for that, because it's really heavy duty. And also it has a lot more mounting points. It has 1, 2, 3. It has 4 of these really nice mounting grommets, which is more than you see on most flexible panels. So I think this is actually a pretty good design. If you have to go flexible, I think that's probably a pretty good setup for you. Also, Diana wanted to know about SOK batteries. I think SOK is a really good brand. I'll speak from experience, though, that I've never bought the brand name batteries. I've always just bought the like middle of the road Chinese stuff, and it's always been great for me. Like for example, these Time USB batteries that I have, they're only $500 for a 200 amp hour 12-volt battery, which is like half the price of SOK. And these have been working great. I've been using them for a year and a half, and I run them hard. I mean, I run the AC. I ran the AC all 24/7 in Texas for a year. I'm really hard on these batteries, and they've never let me down. And I tested them at my dad's house just a couple months ago, and the voltage on them was perfect. So I think SOK is good if you want to get those, but I think you can get a lower cost battery and still have a really good value. So the reason I have two 12-volt is because they actually sent me one of these batteries for free. So they were like, hey, will you test this battery? Insurance. Okay, let me put that down. Insurance question. They said, hey, will you test this 12-volt 200 amp hour battery for us? And at the time, I just bought this new box truck and I didn't have batteries yet. And so I said, well, shoot, if they're going to give me a 12-volt 200 amp hour battery for free, then I can just buy another one and I have 400 amp hours for only $500. So that's why I have two batteries, is just because they gave me a free one. And I have a 24-volt battery electrical system to support that all-in-one inverter. So that's why. But moving forward in the future, like I would always recommend, if you have a 24-volt system, buy a 24-volt battery. And here's why. Those batteries only work together, right? If one of those batteries goes out, I lose my whole system. Because if I only have one battery, I only have 12.8 volts. So if I had two batteries that were 24, I could wire them in parallel, and then if one goes out, I still have another battery I can use. So I would always recommend doing, if you're doing a 24-volt system, do 24-volt batteries. Yes, Diana, if you can get batteries on Marketplace, that's a good deal. Also, I am getting new batteries actually from EnjoyBot. They actually sent me a new set. I should have them any day now. I'll be reviewing, and I think they're going to give me, all my followers, an additional discount. And these are also batteries where it's like, they're a good value. They're a lower price, but they're not the super cheap ones. Like, I never recommend you get the cheapest of anything, right? So, like on Amazon, there's some really cheap lithium batteries, like no brand, black box. It just has a sticker on it that says like, ABC lithium, or, something totally kind of out of left field, and they look a little sketchy. So don't ever buy the cheapest stuff. But I like to buy, something up there that's like more of a mid-grade. And so that's what these Time USB batteries are. And yeah, Super Dave, 24-volt, 480 amp hour batteries. That would be a monster. So if you want batteries, Diana, keep an eye out for these this battery review I'm going to do in a couple weeks, and there might be a good discount for you. Okay, moving on to the next question. Am I happy with my insulation on the box truck? I'm very happy with it. I did basically an inch and a half on each side, 3/4 on the floor, and about an inch and a half in the ceiling. It's been awesome. I have no regrets. Yeah, I think it's perfect. I could have done more, but I don't think it matters for me because I have an air conditioner and it cools me down in the summer, and I have a diesel heater that heats me up when it's really cold out. And so here's the thing with insulation. All insulation is a protection that's protecting the outside elements from affecting the inside elements. That's all it is. It's a layer of protection. And so however much insulation you have, it's just going to increase that time of how much protection you have. But there's no insulation that's going to just like keep you perfect. So if I would have went with like double the insulation of what I have now, it really only would have probably increased my actual insulation benefits a little bit. And then I would be giving up a whole lot of extra wall space and ceiling space. So I think 2 inches is a really good number, and I would recommend that for folks. Let's see. Okay. We got Diana's question. A gentleman just asked if I have Starlink. I do not have Starlink. I use Nomad Internet. I've been really happy with it. It's a cell tower based internet service. It's truly unlimited. It's fast. It's about $100 a month. It's not, it's not free. It's not cheap, but it works and it's truly unlimited. So I've looked at all the options and I really think that it's the best deal. Okay, I'm going to keep writing down these questions. I think it's the best deal for internet. I don't want Starlink because it keeps getting more expensive. They keep raising the prices on it. And I don't want to have to set up a satellite dish outside to use internet. For example, my internet box is sitting right back here on the countertop, that little gray box. That's it. That's my internet. So when I want to use internet, I just plug it in from inside my rig. If I'm over at a friend's place, I can easily transfer it and set it up inside their rig. If I go to a hotel or an Airbnb, I can take it with me. I just plug it into the wall. With a Starlink, you have the huge dish you have to mount on the roof and then take it down, put it up, and it's just not easy. Nomad Internet is nationwide. It's not only on the West Coast, all across the country. So that's why I don't have Starlink, and I like Nomad. And they don't pay me. That's just my opinion. They don't pay me for that. I'm not an affiliate or anything. Nomad Internet and BFE. Yeah, so I used Nomad Internet out at Schoolie Palooza, and it worked pretty good. Here's the deal. It uses cell towers. So if you're outside, like if you're completely out of cell tower range, ain't gonna help you. You gotta have Starlink. That's your only option. It's the only option. But if you have a little bit of cell coverage, this thing uses a different technology than cell phones. It uses something called C-band technology, which is designed for rural home internet access. So it works better than a cell phone. Like I used it at Schoolie Palooza where my phone didn't work at all, but I was able to use that. Yeah, and you could use a booster as well to amplify the signal. So it still uses cell towers, so you got to have some cell coverage. If you're going to spend a lot of time way out in the boonies with no reception, then you should get Starlink. But also, if you're doing that, then you're going to be probably set up for an amount of time, and so you don't mind setting up Starlink because you're probably going to be camped out for a week or two. So it's all about trade-offs. It just depends on what your lifestyle is going to be. I saw a question come through about insurance. So I have a commercial insurance policy through Progressive Commercial. It's only about $100 a month. The price will vary based on what state you're in. And so my price was for Texas. Insurance in Texas is actually more expensive. I'm going to switch it over to Arizona and it should go back down to about $80 a month, which is what I was paying before I switched to Texas. So you can do it online and you can just fill it out. Now it's a commercial truck, so they ask you for your business name. I just made one up and they didn't ask me any questions and issued me the insurance policy. So it's registered in my name. The insurance is in my name. It's my street address. It just happens to say, I forget what I put down, like Nomad Brad Media or something, some name I made up. But anyway, yeah, it works, Progressive Commercial. And that helps you out because you don't have to worry about having your RV switched over to, or having your box truck switched over to an RV, which is a little bit of a headache, especially if your vehicle is not yet converted. So I had another question come through about 100 amp hour versus 200 amp hour batteries. What's better? I think it's better to have fewer batteries. Fewer batteries means fewer wiring, and it means fewer connections, fewer ring terminals, fewer things to mess up, right? So I would always recommend have as few batteries as possible. But on the other hand, I do think it's a good idea to have two batteries in case one goes bad. So I think actually probably two batteries is ideal. I think that's the best balance between like keeping everything tight and small footprint, but also having a little bit of a backup in case one of your batteries goes belly up on you. So I think if you could do two 200 amp hour or two 400 amp hour batteries, I think that would be a good solution. A good solution for you. So I think we're gonna go for a walk and talk. I've been hanging out in this van all day. I've been editing videos. I've been on the phone with clients. Is it bad to mix brands of batteries? Yeah, so, you know, there's all kinds of theories about that. Yeah, two 400 amp hour 12 volt batteries. Good for you. Very good for you. That's a solid system. You're going to have no issues with that. No issues at all. Cool. All right. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to go ahead and go for a walk and talk. I know I was talking about something, but I lost my train of thought. And so we're going to go for a walk. I've been staying. So right now I'm at Fiesta Island again. I came out here today to do a little work. And which I know I've been coming live from Fiesta Island a lot. So I want to apologize to you guys. You've just been seeing a lot of Fiesta Island vlogs. I know you're probably getting a little bored of the content, but I've been staying in this. Hold on, where are we at here? There we go. I've been staying in this parking lot right across from the island, and it's working out super nice. There's a lot of van lifers. Okay, here we go. Where's my keys? There's a lot of van lifers that stay there, and so there's a lot of company at night. It feels safe because, you know, you're not the only vehicle, and so no one's really going to mess with you. And, you know, van lifers stick together. If, you know, if the S goes down, you know, we'll help each other out. So it's pretty cool. It's a nice little community, and it's right on the beach. I love staying right on the beach and being able to go for my beach walks. I think for me, it's very important to be able to hang out in nature and walk on the sand barefoot. Let's see if I can. Oh, that's right. Wait, will it? Yeah, look at that. YouTube will let me switch it around. Cool. Okay, here we go. So here's the spot for the day. You can see it's a little bit overcast. We got a little RV out here. We got King Gamer hanging out in his Mitsubishi. Go for a little walk. And yeah, so this park is really cool, and it's got, you know, trash, and there's a bathroom, there's an outdoor shower. And so I haven't used the outdoor shower yet, but I plan to. And yeah, it's a nice little spot. So I'm really digging it. And you can, the cool thing too is this parking lot, you can stay there. I mean, right now, San Diego is just kind of like, they're not ticketing for anything. So I actually stayed in this parking lot for basically 48 hours without even moving. I was just parked in the lot. I was working during the day, doing videos, and then going for walks, and then, you know, making food and just living my life in the parking lot. And it was super cool, and nobody bothered me. A lot of cops came through, you know, to check out the situation. Nobody stopped me, nobody hassled me. And so it's been really nice. I'm appreciating it. I'm grateful to have this opportunity because I realize this is not going to last forever. I do realize that eventually something's going to happen. The number of people and vehicles is growing. And one thing that's interesting, guys, what I noticed actually in this parking lot is, and I'm not, you know, I feel everybody's welcome. I don't judge people, but this is just what I noticed. I noticed there was an entire of people in cars that were not speaking English, staying in the parking lot. And it was interesting because they had pretty nice cars. I mean, probably $40,000, you know, mini SUVs, maybe $30,000, but pretty nice, like late model mini SUVs and hatchbacks, like Mazda 3s, but they were clean, they were nice, and they were staying in their cars. And I'm not sure what's going on with that. Like, they weren't like car lifers, you know what I mean? They weren't like all outfitted to live full time in them, but they were just in their cars, and then all night they were like out in the park grass, you know, like hanging out, drinking and talking and having a good time. I mean, they were friendly. I didn't feel dangerous or anything, or I didn't feel threatened, but I was curious if maybe these are folks that crossed the border. Maybe these are folks that maybe they got a car and they don't have anywhere else to go. So that is one thing I noticed. Hey, what's up, Curtis? Good to see you, brother. Happy to meet you the other day, man. Curtis was super nice. So that was one thing I noticed. So I do realize that this lifestyle is not going to last forever. Eventually, the government is going to figure a way to make this difficult here in California because the numbers are growing. So I don't know if they'll, I mean, they could do something as simple as just adding parking, paid parking, you know, if they put in parking meters, or if they limited the amount of time you could stay in a parking spot or something like that, then, you know, they could make it pretty difficult for us. So I'm appreciating it while it's good. While the times are good, it's really wonderful. And yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to meet more of you guys. So I saw a question come through. Somebody asked about batteries, why I don't do 48 volt systems. I only do 24 volt. So I am open to any type of battery voltage that you guys want. And I like 48 volt systems. When I built my box truck a year and a half ago, 48 volt stuff was kind of just getting started. Hey, I see a super chat came in. Super Dave with the $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Super Dave. And I think I got another one. But hold on, let me see if I can select it. Eon Keen. Thanks, Brad. Looking to join the box truck family soon. I'm happy to hear it. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you guys. It keeps the wheels on the bus moving. Gas is $5 to $6 a gallon here in California. And so all that super chat helps me keep it going. Yes, Super Dave, living up to his name, very super. Curtis T with the $10. Thank you, Curtis. I appreciate you. Again, it was super cool to meet Curtis. He has a wonderful situation going for him. He's been truly blessed up in California, and he's a super cool guy, so I'm very happy that he has come in to a wonderful situation, and he is in a box truck now. He had a van, he's in a box truck, a little more space, and he's got a super cool dog that I got to meet, and I miss my dog so much. I really cannot wait to get a dog again. That's pretty high on my list. And so maybe next year, after things settle down a little bit, I'll get a little puppy, and then that'll be a whole bunch of new fun and excitement. So going back to 48 volt batteries, I love them, but when I built my electrical system just a year and a half ago, Hansa, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Keeping the love going. 48 volt was really not even that popular as recently as a year and a half ago. Like, they didn't have many options for it. The only reason 48 volt is popular right now for vehicles is because of these all-in-one hybrid inverter chargers, like the Grow Watt and the EG4s. These are super nice units, but back in, you know, a year and a half ago, they just were not on my radar as something to install in a box truck. So, yeah, that's why I don't have one. And the thing is too, it can take up a little more space depending on the vehicle. So I think in order to benefit from a 48 volt system, you really need to have a box truck or a shuttle bus or larger, right? Like the minimum size vehicle you have needs to be a box truck or a shuttle bus in order to really benefit from a 48 volt system. But I like them, and I think it makes a lot of sense, especially for people that are charging high voltage devices. Like I met with a subscriber, Dave Suron, the other day, and he does e-bikes. And so, you know, e-bike batteries charge at like 51, 52 volts. And so it makes way more sense to do a 48 volt electrical system when you're charging 50-volt batteries rather than a 12 or 24 volt. So I do like 48 volt. I love it. I recommend it if you got a bigger vehicle. So we're gonna cruise it on down the beach. I saw another super chat come through. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you guys being here with me. Man, you know what's interesting is I was walking next Dream RV, stay in U-Haul. Oh, what's next? Okay. Honestly, guys, I love the box truck. That's it for me. It's the best platform. I had a cargo van. I had a shuttle bus. I had a box truck. Now I have the same box truck again. I love it. That's the next vehicle is a box truck, 100%. It's the tallest interior height you can get. It's the widest, and everything on it is built super heavy duty. The parts are cheap. You can get parts anywhere. Get them AutoZone. Any mechanic will work on them. Yeah, on my YouTube channel, I have a shuttle bus tour. If you go to my videos, click on videos and click on builds, and there's my shuttle bus on there. You can see it. It was pretty nice. I was really happy with the interior design, but I didn't like, so the thing with the shuttle bus, I didn't like all the windows. It was super hard to keep it heated or cooled because of all the glass. And it was the 7.3 diesel engine, so it was really loud and it just rode pretty rough. I felt like I was driving a tractor. And then additionally, there was no separate cab, right? So the driver's seat was open into the living space. So when I'm driving, you hear all the stuff bouncing around in the back and pots and pans rattling. And I couldn't make a phone call. I couldn't hardly listen to music. I couldn't do anything except hear the motor running in my 7.3 liter tractor. It was so loud, and all the crap rattling around. I hated it. I had to wear over-the-ear headphones to drive just to like find some peace. Now in this box truck, it's got a separate cab and it has a quiet gasoline engine. I don't even hear it running. So I cruise, it's quiet. I play the stereo. I can make a phone call. It's very peaceful. It's very peaceful. So that's why I got rid of the shuttle bus. 2 reasons. I saw someone commented million-mile motor on the 7.3 diesel. And I know that they have that reputation. But the thing people don't realize is there's 10,000 components that support the million-mile motor, right? So yeah, the block might last 1,000,000 miles. But you have all the other stuff. You have your high pressure pumps, you have turbochargers, you have all kinds of fuel and emission stuff. And so I know it's easy to work on stuff, but there's still a lot of other pieces to that vehicle that have to be addressed. And which is fine if you're like a handy mechanic guy and you know how to work on that, then go for it. But I don't really enjoy being a mechanic. And so for me, it's just a lot easier to get a gasoline engine that, parts are cheap, any mechanic can work on it, and it's just simple. So that was my thoughts. But I know a lot of people like the 7.3s, it just wasn't for me. Okay, someone asking about a Mitsubishi Fuso box truck. Super Dave, you must have a pre-turbo Super Duty. You must have like the IDI. They did make an IDI which was not turbocharged, which was a lot better engine. It's not as powerful as the turbo, obviously, but it's a lot more reliable. So the 7.3 IDI is a good motor, but that's even older. Anyway, I don't know. It's all about personal preference. It wasn't for me, but it might be for you, and that's okay. We don't judge here. As long as you're finding your freedom and living on the road, that's really what matters. So yeah, on the box trucks, so I have a really good friend. I have a really good friend that had a Fuso, and he told me the problem with that truck is that because the cabs, long road trips, it's just a really bouncy, uncomfortable ride. And he actually had, oh, what's this? There's a little bike park over here. He actually had 2 different Fusos. And he said he didn't like either of them. And he actually sold his Fuso and he got a Kodiak. He got a 4-wheel Kodiak. So if you guys are, oh, am I cutting out? Oh, it's back. I'm not even paying attention to reception here. I'm just wandering around like a lost child. Hold on, tell me if the stream is good. If not, I'll go back. I found this like bike park and there's kids down here on dirt bikes. I thought I would come check it out. I'm buffering. Okay, I'm gonna try to go back. Hold on, friends. We'll try to go back here. Maybe it's better up top. Okay, good now. Well, maybe that was the universe telling me not to wander down into the bike park. All right, we'll go this way. Here we go, we shall continue. Oh yeah. So my friend Mark, he bought a Kodiak. It's on the GMC C4500 platform. You guys want to see the bikes? Well, I can try to go down. Maybe if I just keep going, it'll come back. We'll see if we can go find the bikes. It's on the GMC 4500 platform. It's a Kodiak. It's a 4-wheel drive, and that's actually there. So they were doing a box truck build today here at Fiesta Island. That was the picture on the thumbnail. And I was gonna tour their rig for this live stream, but they had to take off. So I'm sorry about that. I was really hoping to do that because they have a beautiful rig and I know you guys would have loved to have seen it, but we'll try to catch up again with them another time. Okay, here we go through the reception black hole to the other side. Let me know if we're good here. And we'll try to go find these bikers. No, I don't have a Fitbit or any fitness tracker. I have no idea, but I walk a lot. I go for at least 2 walks every day, and I usually walk for an hour, if not longer. Guys, that is so weird. It's like I must be in the I must be in like some secret area, or like some government area or something. I don't know. But that's okay. We won't go down there. It's not in the car. I tried twice. The universe says no, so we're going to obey. And yeah, maybe there's underground tunnels. What if I go this way? Now I kind of feel like it's a challenge, but also I don't want to get eaten by a Bigfoot. Let's see what happens if we go down here. It is kind of like a bowl. It's kind of low, so it's possible the cell towers just don't reach this angle. It's quite possible. Looks like maybe we're doing okay. Let's see. See what's happening. Oh, King Gamer says he's gonna come help defend me from the Bigfoots. I appreciate you, King. I appreciate you. Okay, let's switch this camera around. Yeah, I need an antenna hat, that's for sure. Yeah, so these e-bikes are super popular. They look really fun. I wish I had a way to attach one onto my box truck. I like these little trick bikes. I have a couple companies that want to send me e-bikes, but I don't have any way to really transport them in my van. But I kind of want to get one and do a review video and then give it away. So we'll see what I can come up with. See what I can come up with. Man, this is pretty cool technology. Like when I was little, oh hey, we got Fukar Bike Company in the chat. He's supposed to hook me up with some e-bikes. What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Happy to have you here. Happy to receive an e-bike from you guys. See, this is the kind of stuff they do down here in California. Look at that. E-scooter. Yo, look at that air. What? All right, they're communicating on a some kind of trick action here. Oh. That is pretty cool, pretty fun. Oh, that was cool. They kind of doubled over. That was pretty sweet. Get some. What's this guy got? What? Hey, that guy got some air.
Yeah, that was kind of good though.
That guy got some air. That's pretty cool.
I can tell it's so fat. Really? Yeah. Just I can't bring it back.
So when I was young, they're not going fast enough. Yeah, they're probably, you know, probably not trying to break an arm today. But yeah, they could definitely put a little more gas into it, or a little more battery. So you know, if you send me an e-bike there, buddy, I'll bring it out here. We'll put it through its paces. We'll get old Nomad Brad up on the jumps. See what that bad boy can do. Hey, that was pretty good. I wonder how long these batteries last, how long they can go for. I'd hate to have one drain. Cool. All right, guys. We'll what do we got here? We got a little sunset coming. We'll head over this way. You're right, Carl. It doesn't sound the same without the gas engines. Yeah, they're nice and quiet. It's funny when I was, oh, here, this guy's picking up some speed. Oh. Yeah, it's nice to see kids outside playing, right? They put down the game controllers. There you go. There you go. There you go. Nice. Very nice. That was cool. Put down the game controllers, put down the TikTok, and come out into the real world, breathe some dust, hang out with the boys. I'm happy to see it happening. I was worried about our future generations. I was worried we lost them in the internet, but it looks like, you know, they're still alive and well. It's definitely cool. Whoa, there's a pretty good little whoop here. Look at this big jump right here. That's a serious jump. Yeah, exactly. Who's this creepy old guy that's just filming us on his iPhone, just kind of lurking in the shadows? Yeah, when I was a kid, all we had was dirt bikes, like gas dirt bikes. And, you know, you couldn't just take them to the park. They were big and heavy and loud. You had to, well, I grew up on a farm, so we'd ride them at the farm, but you'd have to trailer them up and take them out to the mountains. But it's cool for these kids, you know, they can just throw them in the back of a pickup and drive down to the beach and do some riding. So I think that's pretty cool. I know a lot of folks ride them on, the street too. I know you're not supposed to, but I know a few folks that do. Yeah, long push home with no batteries. Yeah, that's the only thing with the electric that I'm not a big fan of, is you can't refuel it quickly. You have to charge the batteries. So you got some limited range. But from what I was looking at online, it seems like some of the better, some of those better bikes can do like 30 or 40 miles on a charge, which is pretty good. I mean, you're not going to be, you know, riding all day if you're going fast, but it's pretty decent. Yeah, bring a big solar panel, I agree. So this is pretty cool. Check this out. This is just like the bluff. There you go. They got 2 batteries. They can do 50 miles on their bikes. That's pretty nice. They got a dual battery version. Little bluff up here on top in San Diego, overlooking the bay. I can see even though it's pretty overcast, I can see over in the distance here Under the clouds, there's a little sunset in the distance, looking pretty good, looking pretty beautiful. So this is nice. You don't usually find big, open sections of land like this, especially in California. It's such a dense population, and they just don't have a lot of open land. So it's nice that they saved this little area and that they let the kids go play on it. And, the kids got to have something to do. What is this creature? Oh, that's a rabbit. Oh, there's a little wild rabbit over there. That's kind of cool. Let's see, where did we come from? We'll come down this way. All right, so my friends, how are you? I see there's still 66 people watching the live, or at least logged in. Maybe not watching, but logged in. That's okay, I'm happy to have you. You don't have to be here. And so, how are you guys this evening? I'm curious if anybody is in the stages of seriously considering going into life on the road. Is anybody seriously getting ready to make that transition? I'm curious to know about your thoughts, and I'm curious to know why you are choosing to take action and make that happen. It was interesting, that last video I put out about homeless, vehicular homeless, the comments on that video, so many people, were interested, and they see the writing on the wall, and they see the increase in pricing and costs across the board. Josh LLC, today's my first day, bro. Been telling you for 2 weeks. Josh LLC, day one. Get it. Get it. Happy for you, man. How does it feel? I think probably the first week or so, I think it's a little bit of a transition period. And so, once you kind of get adjusted and you get used to the flow, then it becomes a lot more enjoyable. Super Dave says, I'm seriously considering building a rig. I thought you're already building a rig, Super Dave. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? I thought you're already working on one. Ha! Josh LLC says, I don't know what to do with all the free time. I love it. Yeah, Josh, so here's the thing. Here's the thing with transitioning into van life. You gotta find a purpose. You gotta find a mission. You gotta find something to do. Because if you're just hanging, it's cool to hang out for a while and just like relax, reset, connect, enjoy nature, do whatever you wanna do. But after you kind of get through that period, you gotta have a purpose. If you don't, you can feel like you're kind of just hanging out and you don't really have a purpose. And it can get kind of lonely and get kind of weird. So I think it's good just in general, for humans to have a purpose and have something they do and have goals they're working towards. And so it doesn't have to be anything crazy. I mean, it could be you like taking photographs, or it could be, you want to learn a new skill, or you want to do a hobby. Maybe you like fishing. I don't know what it is you want to do, but you gotta make sure you have some kind of purpose so you can feel like you're still progressing and growing as a human. I think that's very important. And so that's just a little recommendation for you as you transition. We got the Coast Guard chopper. Coast Guard chopper overhead. Yeah, Josh, you're welcome, man. It's these guys. These are those kids from last week. Look, it's all the gang. Oh boy. So I think it's good to just have something to do. So keep that in mind, and I'm sure you'll figure it out and make it happen. What's up, dudes? Hey, it's Black T-shirt crew. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. What are you? What are you guys doing?
Drinking.
Drinking, okay. You want to,
shot,
I'm live right now. I don't know if you want your, you know, it's all good?
It ain't nothing.
Oh, it ain't nothing.
Right there.
Ain't nothing for a thug boy like us.
It ain't nothing. They ain't worried about it.
You ready? Wait.
What are you chugging? Twisted Teas? Okay. Twisted Teas. Do it for YouTube.
For YouTube.
There it is.
Brad, come on down. We got some grub on the grill.
Okay, they got grub on the grill. They're inviting me.
Get it done, Brad. I'll see you in 30.
All right, bro. Yeah, Matt, and demonetized. Oh, that's too funny. It's interesting, the psychology of being on camera, on live, in television. It's interesting. People do different things. Chugging a Zima. Yeah, it's so what a Twisted Tea, it's like an iced tea malt beverage. So it's like 7% alcohol, and it basically just tastes like an iced tea. I've had them before. They're not bad. It's better than like a, you know, Bud Light or something, like a Michelob.
Oh, no, man.
So those guys are cool though. I went and talked to him. I went and talked to him after last live stream. They were pretty cool. They had a little barbecue, grilled some meat. It was pretty good. Ha, first kidney stolen on live stream. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so anyway, that's my wisdom for you, Josh LLC. Happy to hear you're doing it. And what are you doing for work, Josh LLC? Do you have a job? Are you doing like traveling? Do you have a remote job, or are you living in the city and working a regular job? Tell me what you're doing, Josh. Tell me what your life is like. I'm curious what a new van lifer nomad has going on. And I just saw a comment come through from somebody that said they're tall, but it went too fast. So I don't know what you were asking, but if you want to send it again, I'll try to check it out. I'm on my phone. I can't I can't go back through the chats. So like I have no idea. I have no idea what you said. Anyway. Do another little view. I see Nomad King Gamer over here. Just popping out through the bushes. Josh LLC came from auto mechanics, trying some online business. I'm running on savings right now. Gotta figure it out. Oh, thank you, Fukare Bike 610, looking for a truck. So, I appreciate you for the assist. Thank you. Yeah, my box truck is 7 feet inside, floor to ceiling, and that's after I added all my insulation and my paneling. So, straight up height is 7 feet. So a box truck would definitely be a good choice for you. What's up, King?
Not much, brother. How you doing?
Chilling, chilling.
Watching these kids get crazy doing donuts.
I know, right? Those kids are nuts.
Trying to follow you.
So, yeah, so a box truck would be good. You have to get the 12-foot plus box truck, because if you get the 10-foot box, the ceiling height is less. It's only like around 6 or 6.5 feet. But the 12-foot plus are 7 feet. Pass-through would be too hard for you. What do you mean? You don't have to use the pass-through. You can use a regular exterior door. Also, only the U-Hauls have the separate cab and body, where it's 2 separate pieces. There's a lot of box trucks out there where the cab and the box is like all one piece. So a lot of them already have pass-throughs installed, or you can make your own. But hey, what's going on, Mark? Or you can make your own pass-through, but you don't have to install the accordion boot, so it's not that difficult. It's actually pretty easy, because you're just basically cutting through a piece of plywood. So we got options. You know what I mean? We got options. Mark, I am at Fiesta Island in San Diego, California. It's a little overcast today, but we're doing it anyway. We're having fun. We went for a walk. We saw some kids on e-bikes. I'm older, so trying to call through would be hard. Yeah, Rich, yes. So you don't need a pass-through. It's optional. You can just use the exterior door. And in fact, honestly, I don't even hardly use my pass-through for the same reason. Not because I'm necessarily older, but it's just kind of inconvenient to have to like open the door and crawl down. You know what I mean? It's easier for me just to walk outside and go in the main door. So you don't have to use the crawl through. Josh LLC, if you're a mechanic, that's a very good skill set to have. You could do some mobile mechanic stuff, you know, cherry pick those easy jobs. I know Nomad King needs an oil change right now. He's actually looking for an oil change place. So you could do oil changes, you can do brake pads. There was actually a business in Texas when I was staying there, and they did mobile oil changes and brake pads. And that's all they did. And they made really good money, and they would just go service all the rich neighborhoods where people have nice cars and they don't want to have to take their cars into the shop. And if you think about it, like how much it costs to take your car into a mechanic to have the brakes changed, you know, if you have some nice newer car, it's probably $400, $500, I don't know, $600 maybe to have your brakes changed. So you could offer a mobile service. It's more convenient. You come to them. They don't have to drive the car in and deal with all the dropping off and the picking up. And you could charge the exact same price as the dealer, because the benefit to them is you come and do the work on site. So you could charge exactly what a dealer charges, and then, or even more, you could even charge more. So that's what I would do, bro. Just start out simple. Do oil changes, air filters, brakes. You could do plugs. Plugs are easy. You know, if they need like the little coil packs, you know, that go on top of the plugs, that's easy. Is there a UFO behind me? Am I about to get abducted? So my box truck has 120 something thousand miles. I think about 125,000. I bought it with 119. My last box truck I bought had 120,000 and I sold it with 146,000, and it ran great the whole time. Never had any problems with my last box truck. Then I sold it and bought this one, and it's been a turd. But it's all good. We're gonna work through it. 20-foot electric box truck. Yeah, there you go. Electric box truck. Yeah, you know, you just gotta find a place you can charge it, but totally possible. I think they're gonna add a lot of more electrical stuff, a grid, electrical chargers, electrical infrastructure in the future. So that would be cool, because you could charge up your, you know, box truck drive batteries. Also, you could charge up your house batteries. So you could just go to a supercharging station, plug in, get everything topped off, and be on your way. I think it'd be a pretty good idea. I like it. I like it. All right, my friends, we've been going for 73 minutes. I'm getting ready to wrap up. Nomad Brad has not had dinner, and it is about dinner time. And so I'm gonna be wrapping up here, but I just wanted to say, see what Josh says. How do you advertise to people your mobile business? Yeah. So that's one thing I was gonna say, Josh, is the challenge is the advertising, especially if you're traveling a lot. So I did is, when I was in Texas, I just put a post on my local Facebook group. That's honestly the best way, Josh. Especially a lot of older folks with money still use Facebook. Like, you'll get jobs on Facebook. So like, for example, if you decide to go to, I don't know, Phoenix, Arizona, let's just say, then I would, as soon as you get to Phoenix, I would just throw up an ad on Facebook. I would go into Facebook, and I would go into Marketplace. And then also I would go to like the individual pages. So like in Phoenix, they'll probably have like some Phoenix neighborhood pages, and just post your ad up in there. And I gotta say, when I was in Texas, there was a lot of people offering different services. Like, there was a lot of auto detail people, and there was a lot of like construction people. And whenever they posted that they offered a service and they were like open for business, it seems like they got a lot of people interested. So that's how you would start out, is just by posting in your local Facebook. And also, and then once you kind of get started and you get some clients and some reviews, then it'll be really easy. It'll be word of mouth. You know, people, especially for mechanics, like if you do a good, the bar for mechanics is so low these days. If you're just friendly and you do a good job and you don't rip them off, that's 5 stars. Like they will never forget your name. Oh, you've ran one on and off. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, exactly. They're trash. Dude, it's a lot of like people that don't know what they're doing, a lot of tweakers, a lot of people that aren't that skilled. And so, dude, if you can just be good, be friendly, and don't rip people off, you'll have more work than you'll ever know what to do with. And so what I would suggest is, you know, try that out, cherry pick it, take the good jobs, and then figure out, you know, when you want to work and when you don't want to work. And with something like that, I mean, you could easily work for a couple months and save up enough money to travel for 6 months. I mean, the amount of money you can make is insane. So, and I would recommend doing cash jobs, you know, as much as you can. Keep that, you know, keep that paper in your pocket. And so, yeah, I think for you, that'd be a great option. You'll definitely want a bigger rig so you can have some tools. And you might want to shower on board because I know auto mechanic work gets pretty dirty. So you might want to be able to shower at the end of a day. So that might be something to consider. Yeah, what do you have to lose, Josh? You have nothing to lose. All you have is time, bro. Use that time to create a better future for yourself. So, yeah, I'd love to hear how it works for you. I've started a lot of businesses. I ran a heating and cooling company. That was my first trade skill that I did before this. And I've done a lot of other different things. So, if you want any help or you have any questions, I would be happy to help you out and to help you be successful. Just little stuff, you know, if you want to know about how to reach people or how to set pricing or like the best practices for that kind of stuff, I'm happy to help you out. Anyway, let's see. Is it possible to email? Is it possible to email from beacons? I don't know what that means. Can you please explain your question? Is it possible to email from beacons? Yeah, Josh, do a Facebook. Also I'll send you an email. Stumpy, do you have a contact? Okay, yeah, send me an email, Josh. Send me an email, man. Stay in touch. I'd be happy to hear about you. If I can do anything to support you, that'd be awesome. And I would love to grow the Nomad community. I love meeting cool nomads and helping each other out. And at the end of the day, I think we got to stick together and support each other. So anything I can do to help you guys out. If you're doing businesses, if you guys are doing nomad businesses or whatever, let me know. And I'll see what I can do about spreading the word and just bringing everyone together. And Arizona in the wintertime is a big spot for nomads, so I'd love to see you guys come down. Yeah, Josh, so you could do a beacons for like the link that I have. You could do one of those for your business. You could link your socials, like an Instagram or something, and then you could just list out your services. And that thing's free. You don't have to pay for that. You could list out your services right on that website, and people could even buy them. People could even prepay on the website. Like if you had some $100 oil change special, I mean, you could just tell people, hey, I got it on my website, you know, buy it and then we'll set up a time or something. So you could use that Beacons website. It's pretty cool. I really think you don't even need to worry about having a fully built website anymore. The way things are changing so rapidly, I wouldn't worry about a traditional website even, especially for being a nomad and traveling. I would just do that Beacons thing. It's free. And it takes you like maybe 20 minutes to have it looking pretty good. So anyway, that's it, guys. I'm tired. I'm hungry. Nomad Brad's going to sign off. And it's been 79 minutes. I feel like we had a good chat today. We checked out some flexible solar panels. We went and saw some kids riding e-bikes. We talked about love and life and box trucks. And I want to say thank you to everybody that contributed tonight, everyone that asked questions, all the super chats. The money helps. The gas is expensive. Nomad Brad appreciates you. I will probably go live this weekend from the San Diego Van Life event, so keep an eye out for a notification on that. I might go live Saturday or Sunday. Other than that, I'll hope to see you guys next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific. Good night. Nomad Brad signing out. Peace.